dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs
What up,
you.
y'all? It's KMB, the 60 Ninja, in the place to be for our Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. We're talking about NXT, April 1st, 2025. Vic Booker and Corey on commentary. Yes. We started off with a little bit of a letdown. In my opinion, a big letdown. Stephanie Van is our North American Women's Champion. She's the NXT Women's Champion, rightfully so, after having a battle with Julia. I was like, yeah, double champ, you know? So this was kind of a surprise. Ava's there, and they have an announcement. And on Stephanie's behalf, because she agrees with Ava, apparently, that in order for the women's division to keep flowing and keep rising and everything, and which I think the women's division is fine, I just feel like this was just so we can have a badass ladder match, which is another thing I can't be mad about, right? So Stephanie and Ava announced that Stephanie will relinquish the North American Championship, and starting tonight, we will have a ladder qualifier match for Stand and Deliver. So we're going to get a badass ladder match. So it's like, I can get upset, but then I'm like, I get this awesome ladder match as well for the North American Championship. So I was kind of bummed that Stephanie had to drop the championship. You know, I feel like you could have done a ladder match for the Women's NXT Championship and the North American Championship and have Stephanie still get her NXT Women's Championship, but somebody else gets the North American Championship. I don't know. But that was the big news that started out the show, and I was like, oh. But even bigger news, well, I would say it's the same catalyst of news and something that happens at the end of the show. It was just like, oh. So they're not holding no punches, and when this happens, Jada, Jordan, they're making their claim that they want next for the NXT Women's Championship. Who is Stephanie going to face? And Stephanie said, in order to do this whole relinquishing the North American Championship, I had one thing on the table. I said, I want to pick who I want to face at Stand and Deliver. But Jada and Jordan are standing there like, no, you're going to face me. No, you're going to face me. And Stephanie tells them, well, I guess you two are going to have to figure this out. Why do I feel like a triple threat's on the horizon? I feel it. I'm hooked on a feeling. Stephanie and Jordan and Miss Parker gonna tear it up and Stand and Deliver. I don't know why I did that, but we got our first ladder qualifier match of the night, and it was a fun banging match. Zarya versus Lash. These two had a really great match. Some things here, there, a little hokey pokey, but you know it happens. You know, Zarya slipped, and there were some things, but at the same time, it was still a well put together match to see who's going to move on and be in that ladder match. And Zarya got the win over Lash, which I was surprised because I'm like, okay, we're pushing Zarya very hard here, and I don't mind because Zarya is a beast. So I'm very interested to see how this ladder match is going to unfold, because another qualifying match is Kalani Jordan and Roxanne later on in the show. We got Hank and Tank versus No Quarter Catch Crew. So I'm excited about this because I like No Quarter Catch Crew, and I really like this new wave of ambition from Hank and Tank, you know. But Hank and Tank didn't win. No Quarter Catch Crew did. So sad. But what's not sad is, and interesting too, this is very interesting, because it put me in a dark state of mind, I guess. Trick has some words. You know, he wants to face Obafemi for that championship at Stand and Deliver. But Javon Evans also wants a shot at that championship as well. Oops. So he's making claims. Trick's saying, like, I earned this. This is my spot, my championship, my ring. Oba comes out. Ava saves the day by telling us in order to make this right, it's going to be Trick versus Javon versus Obafemi for the NXT Championship. So, boom. Triple threat at Stand and Deliver. Yes, boy! And on top of that, we have all this Dark State stuff, too, because they come out. And it's a massacre. So I'm wondering how Dark State's going to play into this championship match itself. Or who is the leader of this unit. I've seen theories out there. It's Trick. This is Trick's group. He's going bad. He's going heel. So that's the only logical thing I can think of when it comes to this triple threat and how Dark State's been like lingering around these three and attacking these three. So we're probably going to get a big reveal at Stand and Deliver. Just a thought. Then a ladder qualifier match, Kalani Jordan versus Roxanne Perez. I did not expect Kalani to get the win. But Kalani Jordan has some feist. She has some feist in her. And I'm very excited to see her go to that ladder match. Kind of sad about Roxanne, but I kind of get it at the same time because Roxanne is on the main roster. And that's where Roxanne Perez needs to have her focus. You know, it's as much as I have had fun with Roxanne Perez down here in NXT, it's time for her to be on that main roster because she is a shining star waiting to blow up in the main roster, you know. And Kalani Jordan as well, but she has some time until she gets there. The NXT North American Championship, Ricky Saints versus Shawn Spears. I really like the fact they try to recreate Ricky Saints' music from AEW because it's just that dun, 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 you know, it just had that like feel to it. And it's okay. I like the fact they're trying to catch that feel with Ricky Saints because Ricky Saints is awesome. And speaking of awesome, this match was insane. Everyone, I forgot what Shawn Spears calls his little group. I can't remember. It's in my notes. Somewhere, not in this notes, because I am officially on volume. What volume is this? I had to get a new notebook. Sorry, folks. So sorry. I'm on volume 8 as of right now for the New World podcast, which is pretty cool. And I like to go back and look at my notes. And this is volume 8? I should post these. No, you don't want my chicken scratch handwriting. But Ricky Saints gets the win over Shawn Spears. I was like, whoa. He has become a WWE champion in a very short amount of time. This is how like Ethan Page got shot up to get the NXT championship. But Ricky Saints is our new NXT North American champion, and I'm very, very happy about that because it's awesome that Ethan Page attacks, you know, all these 3 ex-AEW guys, and then getting the crowd to chant, Tony fumbled, dun, 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 Tony fumbled, to end the show. Awesome. Awesome, man. I can't wait to see what else happens with Ricky Saints and Ethan Page and Shawn Spears. Let's just keep this going. So we had the losing North American champion who relinquished her title, but we're getting a badass ladder match, and we got a new North American champion in Ricky Saints. And the revolution is here. All right, y'all. Well, that is NXT, April 1st, 2025. Vic Booker and Graves on commentary. Match of the night, I gotta say, was Zaria versus Lash. I really enjoyed that match. Moment of the night, I gotta say, Ethan Page attacking Ricky Saints, and all of a sudden you just start hearing, Tony fumbled! So that's it. That's all. Drop those comments below. I give this a solid 4 out of 5. NXT, baby. Now, share with your grandma. Share with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Yo entiendo que esta no es una decisión popular, pero...